Ain't it awful?
Well, I've been told by the T5 master that this is the best $20 I could ever spend on my T5. And if he says it, I'm going to believe it. So there we go. The first important part bought for the T5, in my opinion. All right, guys. Time to get our learning on. Hey, YouTube. We're back again. And we are at the final stages of the engine disassembly. So far, what have we found? Well, the good news is it just looks like the pickup got it a little bit when we dropped it. I don't know. The word's not out. I think I'm going to buy a new... I don't want to put too much money into this engine because I don't even know if it's good. So I don't know. We're probably going to buy an oil pump and a pickup because we can get them pretty cheap. We're going to buy a new oil pan because the other one is trashed and it's just totally rotten. So we're going to get a new gasket, a new pan, possibly oil pump and pickup. And we'll be able to put the bottom end back on. And yeah, everything, we turn the engine over. Everything's rotating. Everything's going up and down and spraying some penetrating lube on whatever's rusty in the meantime. Now we got the fun job of getting these crappy gaskets off, and they are on there, I promise you. So we're going to get something down here in the lifter valley. We've already done a preliminary shop vac. We're going to have to do plenty more of that. We're going to get the engine degreased because, yeah, that's just going to stink to all hell when we start that up. And I don't want to work on an extra greasy engine, so it's not a question of beauty. It's a question of just, it's there. We have the degreaser, we have the brush, so we're just going to do it. Yeah, so that's the point we're at right now. We're going to be on a little bit of a standstill because other than cleaning it up and removing the gaskets, there's not much else we can do on it this very minute with the parts we have and the tools we have. So like I said, we're going to get the engine all cleaned up and all ready to go. We're going to get the bottom end buttoned back up, and then we still have plenty of work to do, but we'll be a step closer to getting it in the car. As far as the car goes, what I'm working on today is getting rid of the sway bar because we don't need that. Maybe get the rest of the cross member off. I have plenty to do under the hood of this thing and underneath this thing, and also need to get the gas tank out. While the gas tank's out, we'll get the rear bumper out, and anyway, that's where we're at. So we're hard at work, guys. You guys want to play Never Have I Ever? Holy crap, have I never seen a gasket stuck on so bad in my life. Man, I'm getting frustrated. It's just, it's hard to do that. It's hard to do it while holding the phone. It's hard to do it without holding the phone, to be honest with you. It's just on there. Piece by piece. It's frustrating, but when you don't have fancy air tools and such, you don't really have much of a choice. But I don't know, this may require some power tools of some kind. And the more I dig into the engine, the whole thing just smells like burnt oil. I mean, inside it just smells like nasty burnt oil. So I don't know. I spoke to the guy who sold me the engine, and he's like, yeah, it's a low mileage, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, sorry, dog bark. So like I was saying, this thing just stinks of burnt oil. I mean, I've had derby cars that didn't smell that bad after a 5-minute heat without water in it. So I don't know what to expect. Starting to think that maybe I need to take the heads off. I don't want to start a shitstorm with this. I'm feeling very discouraged, guys. And I'm not really sure what to do, but for now, I'm just going to keep plugging away at it. And yeah, what did I get myself into? Oh boy. All right, guys. I don't know if I'm having a bad attitude today or if I'm just taking it all wrong, but this engine's pissing me off today. So what are we going to do? We're going to put the cover on it and we're going to take a breather, and we're going to try and get something else done on the car. All right. We are free of the lost weight of the sway bar. Finally, one mission accomplished properly today. See, we're using it to hold down the tarp. It's not completely useless. Starting to look a little bit more like a race car now, I tell you. That's right, we're sitting pretty in our beautiful plaid passenger seat, which means we got the passenger seat out. It also means we got the sway bar out. We've gotten the engine pretty much as torn down as it's gonna be. Um, there's no guarantee that it's good, but we're gonna try it. I mean, for $200, what do we have to lose? Pretty much every part that we're gonna throw on it to reassemble it is gonna be reusable on another 302. At this point, it'd really be a shame to waste time and waste resources, especially when you're on a tight budget. But at the same time, I'm not willing just to give up on it. It's a 302. In theory, it should run forever. But anyway, the bottom end looks pretty good. Like I said earlier in the video, I rotated it. No major issues that I can visibly see anyway. So before we touch the engine again, well, not before we touch the engine again, what we can do in the meantime is keep attacking those damn intake gaskets that are stuck on there like super glue. They're basically welded on there. I'm scrapping razor blades, so I might have to find another way to do this. I'm gonna continue cleaning off all the oil and crap that's coated all over the engine. I don't think we're gonna paint it. We might, but probably not. I mean, first of all, that's not really our thing, and second of all, I don't know. The engine's not showing me that much love, so why should I show it the kind of love that deserves paint? I don't know. Anyway, I'm still up in the air on that. Maybe I'll paint it, maybe I won't. But we definitely do have to clean it and get some of that crap off, because it's just going to smell like garbage. And, you know, when you have this thick of oil on an engine and you put it back in a car and then you take it to the track and beat on it, well, you're just containing the heat. So it's not good, and you don't want a car that just constantly smells like burnt oil either. So for today, we're going to call it a quits. That's enough for engine disassembly. At this point, we got to go online and we have to order ourselves some parts. What do we need? I guess we need an oil pan. We need the gasket. The rear main seal is shot on it. What else do we want to do? We want to get a new water pump on there. Obviously, new water pump gasket. We need to purchase ourselves an intake. We have purchased a carburetor. Well, anyway, a deal is in the works. Just waiting for the guy to bring it to me. But yes, we should have a Holley double pumper to go on the Rusty box. So now we need to find an intake. We have our Dizzy. So like I said, immediate stuff we need to do is we need to get an oil pan. We need to get maybe a sump and an oil pump, oil pan gasket, get the bottom end buttoned up. Then we're going to have to get us some motor mounts and remove and change the pilot bearing. Still a lot of things to do yet, but once that stuff's done, then we can move on to the transmission, and then we can order our clutch and our flywheel and our backing plate, and we can put it all back together. My goal right now is I just want to piece it together so that I can put it in the car, install it in the car. We can come back in 6 months and change the heads. We can come back in 6 months and change the cam. We can do the timing chain later on. These are all things we can do after. Why I'm buttoning up the bottom end is so that I can put it in the car. You know what? Even if the engine knocks, if it's in place, I can still piece together the puzzle, get the transmission done, drive shaft, transmission cross member. I can mock up my exhaust. I can do everything once the engine's in there. So if we do put the engine in there and we realize, oh shit, it's knocking, well, we'll search for another engine, but at least we'll be able to continue putting the car together. If that's the case, then worst comes to worst, we take engine out, put engine back in, you know, swap over, intake, Dizzy, carb, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, guys, I know this video has been pretty uneventful and pretty boring, and I might seem blah. I don't know. Falls upon us. It's the first day that it's like legitimately cold, where I really think I should even have a jacket on in my own garage. We haven't gotten around to finishing our insulation. We haven't gotten around to get the electrician in to run the wires for the heater and the thermostat. All we've done is purchase the heater and the thermostat, but we've had other things come up on the house. that have been much more important. So, life priorities. So anyway, guys, I've bored you enough. I will see you guys in the next episode. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that crap. All right. See
What? What do you want? You want loving? Tell YouTube what you think.